The start of the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament started this week on NXT. A botch that was so blatantly obvious, the fans booed it like crazy, and we got to see more of Apollo Crews. We're going to talk more about that on this week's NXT review. Fire up the hot tag, ladies and gentlemen, because it is now time to work.
Hi, this is Buster Graham, and you're watching WGS-TV.
Greetings, everyone. You have worked your way in from the tube view into another installment of WGS-TV right here on youtube.com/WrestleGamer. I am the WrestleGamer, Double B Billie. Today is Thursday, September 3rd, 2015, and I'm going to be taking a look at NXT from last night. Again, it was the start of the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament to pay homage to the American Dream Dusty Rhodes and everything he's done in NXT. And trust me, he's done a lot. He's done a lot. And if one thing they can do, if they can do this to pay honor and to honor the memory of Dusty Rhodes, I'm all for it. I really am. But anyway, let's start off with the Ascension taking on Rhyno and Baron Corbin. This one thing I've said time in and time out. The Ascension was better used on NXT. You know, apparently they had the right idea on what they wanted to do with them. When they moved them up to the main roster, they just made them look like a joke. I don't understand why. I don't understand why they can't properly use them. You know, when you properly use a person's gimmick, it shouldn't matter. It should matter what happens. You should take a look at what they've done in the past that made that gimmick successful, especially in one of your own little developments. Take a look at what made that gimmick successful and find a way to transition that into the main roster. And so far, WWE Creative, in my personal opinion, has failed ultimately in doing that with the Ascension. Rhyno and Baron Corbin for a first-time tag team, and it seemed to look okay. I'm not too particularly thrilled about this match. It wasn't a bad match, but it's not a fantastic match, to say the least. Rhyno would end up hitting the Gore on Konner to pick up the win. The way I see this tag team tournament playing out, especially in the finals, I'm not going to say for certain who's going to be in the finals, but I've got my money on in the finals of a set tag team versus a tag team thrown together. Like two singles guys thrown together to be in a tag team. That's the way I kind of see the finals playing out. Alexia Bliss would take on Blue Pants. This is basically a squash match, in my opinion. Alexia would end up hitting the Sparkle Splash on Blue Pants. I don't know if you guys have... I'm also hearing rain in this little bitty camper I'm in right now. I don't know if you guys have heard reports of some NXT talents are not exactly thrilled with the way that Blue Pants is being used right now in NXT. Because she's over as hell. Especially when they start up the music. And that's in part to Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. Big Cass. Because apparently they have that ability to be extremely over with the crowd. And they were able to do that for Blue Pants. And just because of that, Blue Pants is really, really over with the NXT crowd. And especially in Full Sail University. She was over in Brooklyn, too, when she was helping the Vaudevillains. You would think they would transition something out of that, you know, from the Vaudevillains. And they really haven't done that. We got to see more Apollo Crews taking on Martin Stone. This basically, again, this was just basically an enhancement match to get another look at Apollo Crews, and for a lot of people who follow Ring of Honor, you know, this guy was, I believe, was known as ACH in Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor don't air very much in Louisiana. Whenever I get a chance, it's always online, you know, and I rarely get an opportunity to watch. But Apollo would end up hitting a standing press, followed up by a moonsault combo on Martin Stone to pick up the win. Eva Marie and Billie Kay, I said it last week, I'm going to say it again. Eva Marie needs to learn how to run those damn ropes. Because she runs it daintily, but that is not the issue that I have with this match. First off, Corey Graves is overselling her like shit. Like she's the next, like the next, the greatest thing to happen. No. Right now, the way she looks right now, she is not the best thing in the Divas division. Representing NXT right now, Billie is the best thing that happened to the Divas division. Main roster, it's a tie, with PCB and Sasha Banks. Because they made the Divas division interesting again. But it's Corey Graves' job to oversell heels and stuff like that, and to try to, on commentary to make them look as good as possible. However, she's not fitting the billing. That's all I'm saying about that. But the major issue that I have with this match is that there was a referee botch that was so blatantly obvious. Let me explain. This happened right around the finish of the match, like right before Eva Marie would hit the sliced bread on Billie Kay to pick up the win. Billie Kay had Eva Marie pinned, and the referee went 1 and 2, and then you can see the referee pull his arm up for what was gonna be the 3 count. 2 seconds later, Eva Marie kicks out, and the fans sniffed that one out so badly that they booed the hell. Now, there could be a myriad of reasons. It could either be on the referee, or it could be on Eva Marie for not knowing the proper cadence. That she knew that she wasn't supposed to take the finish, that Billie Kay was supposed to take the finish, and apparently she might have not been paying attention to what the cadence of the count was. But be that as it may, whether it be on the referee or whether it be on Eva Marie, it was still a botch that was sniffed out by the fans of Full Sail University, and they gave that match a deserving booing. Because when you do something when the mistake happens that is so blatantly obvious, then you deserve an out-and-out booing. And that's what that match got. Whether it be on Eva Marie or the referee, doesn't matter. You could see the referee pull his arm. You can see it. And that's what makes me pissed off about that. The main event, which was the other first-round match in the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable taking on Neville and Solomon Crow. Why in the hell is Solomon Crow on the NXT roster if he's not even really doing anything? Where have they gone with him since he's debuted? Absolutely nowhere. But the NXT roster is the perfect way to develop who you're going to be, to develop your character, to develop what you can do. So right now, he's in that perfect transitional phase in NXT to develop even further. Because if he doesn't start developing further, then they have to let him go. But be that as it may, this was a very, very decent tag team match. I really enjoyed it. The finish of the match, it was Jordan and Gable hitting what they were calling an assisted German suplex on Solomon Crow. I don't know if they have an elaborate name for that throwing German suplex that they do. But Jason Jordan and Chad Gable advanced to the next round of the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament. And we also found out that Tyler Breeze and Bull Dempsey are a tag team. They're taking on a couple of guys from the indies that I've never heard of before. I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there are saying, well, how come you don't know? Well, I don't know. And I'm not allowed to say, I don't know. And also found out that Finn Balor and Samoa Joe are going to be a tag team. And I believe, I'm trying to think of, I think they did announce what their match was next week. I am not 100% positive on that, but they are going to be in a match next week as well. But anyway, overall score on NXT, kind of a little bit of a lackluster. NXT is going to get a 3 out of 5. Best match of the night is going to go to Jason Jordan and Chad Gable take on Neville and Solomon Crow. It was a very decent match. Worst match, hands down, I have to give it to Eva Marie and Billie Kay for that out-and-out botch, that blatant botch. That, again, it deserved a booing. And if it deserved to be booed, it also deserves to be classified as my worst match of the night. Hands down. So, what I want to know from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on NXT this week. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of NXT this week? I definitely want to know what you guys out there have to say. Be sure to put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for all of my gameplays, all of my wrestling reviews, discussions, Mid-South Extreme, and all of the live pay-per-view hangouts we do right here on WGS-TV. And also don't forget, I will have 2 of my videos for you guys to check out, any annotations at the end of this video. So with that being said, I am the Wrestle Gamer, Double B Billy Boudreaux, saying we'll see you at the next Warp Zone. So that's all.
I would bar.
Yeah, but anyway, following that, we would have Paige and Sasha Banks. And by the way, I don't need to talk